Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a hyperlocal topic that literally runs right beneath our feet. We are taking a close look at Cranston, Rhode Island's highly unique plumbing infrastructure, the distinct environmental challenges homes face in the specific area, and the solutions offered by Cornerstone Plumbing Providence. So why are Cranston homes so prone to plumbing emergencies? It's a question you've probably asked yourself if you've ever woken up in the middle of a freezing January night to the visceral nightmare of a burst pipe, or stepped down into a flooded basement after a heavy spring rain. Honestly, it feels like bad luck, right? But as we'll see, it's actually just geography and history colliding right in your utility room. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for what we'll uncover today. First, Cranston's unique plumbing landscape. Second, frequent local plumbing problems. Third, navigating Rhode Island codes. Fourth, the Cornerstone service difference. And finally, our three-step repair process. Let's start right off with Section 1, Cranston's unique plumbing landscape. You see, plumbing emergencies around here aren't just generic problems. They're actually geographic. There is literally an invisible war being waged on your home's infrastructure. Think about it. From November through March, intense freeze-thaw cycles cause the water and aging copper pipes to expand and contract, which creates these tiny, annoying pinhole leaks. Underground, Cranston's high clay soil shifts with moisture changes, physically pulling apart sewer laterals. Then you've got the Pawtuxet River. During heavy rains, it surges, overwhelming older combined sewer systems and creating severe backflow risks. Add municipal water with a high mineral content to the mix, and well, you have a perfect storm of environmental stress. Moving right along to Section 2, frequent local plumbing problems. How do all these intense environmental factors actually show up inside your home? And this brilliantly illustrates how your home's era and neighborhood entirely change its vulnerabilities. Your exact zip code really matters here. If you live in older districts like Edgewood or Knightsville, you're battling pre-1940s infrastructure. We're talking galvanized steel lines rusting from the inside out and ancient clay sewer laterals. But jump over to the newer builds in Western Cranston and the problems completely shift. Over there, you're dealing with polybutylene, a fragile plastic supply line from the 80s that turns dangerously brittle, and higher elevations that often require specialized booster pumps just to get decent water pressure. But regardless of your neighborhood, all Cranston residents share one major burden: hard water. This elevated mineral content is incredibly destructive. It clogs up your shower aerators and slowly kills your water pressure. More importantly, it causes heavy sediment buildup inside tank-style water heaters. It drastically reduces their lifespan to just 8 to 12 years. If you're experiencing premature appliance failures, yep, this is usually the culprit. Another massive issue is a hidden underground battle happening in established subdivisions. Thirsty tree roots naturally seek out moisture, right? So they penetrate the joints and cracks of those older clay sewer laterals. If you've been noticing multiple slow drains, gurgling toilets, or even just a faint sewage odor from your floor drains, you are very likely dealing with a complete root blockage in your main line. Which brings us to Section 3, Navigating Rhode Island Codes. When one of these emergencies strikes, you might be tempted to just try a DIY fix or call an unlicensed handyman. But in Cranston, that is a total legal and financial minefield. Rhode Island strictly enforces the 2018 International Residential Code, complete with specific state amendments. And local building officials absolutely do not take these rules lightly. They rigorously review permits and inspect work to ensure total safety and property integrity. Local laws demand strict adherence for even standard jobs. Installing a new water heater? You're going to need a permit, specific venting, and get this, even in Rhode Island, you are required to use seismic stropping to anchor the tank against tipping. Working on gas lines, that requires a dedicated test holding 15 psi for 15 solid minutes to prove there are zero leaks. Even basic supply lines mandate heavy-duty materials like Type L copper or certified PEX tubing. So the absolutely crucial point here is this: skipping the permit process has devastating consequences. Work performed without proper permits will fail a title search and can completely derail a property sale down the line. Even worse, if an unpermitted repair fails and floods your house, it can entirely void your insurance coverage. You'd be totally unprotected. That stressful reality leads us straight into Section 4, the Cornerstone service difference. When you're dealing with these highly regulated emergencies, you need a reliable antidote. Enter Cornerstone Plumbing Providence, 45. That is the number of minutes, on average, it takes for their emergency response to arrive across the Cranston metro area. When water damage is escalating by the minute, you aren't routed to some answering machine. A live dispatcher prioritizes the call and gets a professional out to you fast. And who is actually arriving? Well, that brings us to 12. 12 years is the average field experience of their technicians. Cornerstone built its reputation on fixing things right the very first time. That means they never send an apprentice to handle your emergency. They send a licensed Rhode Island master plumber who has the authority to diagnose and execute complex repairs on the spot. They also completely remove the financial anxiety of a midnight disaster. With upfront flat-rate pricing, you receive a detailed written quote separating labor and materials before a single wrench is turned. There's no hourly rate anxiety and absolutely zero surprise upcharges for after hours or weekend emergency service. If a job ends up taking them longer than expected, your price stays exactly the same. Summarizing their approach, it's really all about giving you complete peace of mind. They offer 24/7 priority dispatch. Their trucks are basically rolling warehouses, fully stocked with commercial-grade parts to cut repair times in half. They back everything with a 2-year labor warranty, and they'll even document the damage and coordinate directly with your insurance company to help you process water damage claims. So how do they actually pull this off? Let's move to Section 5, our 3-step repair process. Let's see how this builds. This is the exact orderly roadmap Cornerstone uses to eliminate chaos and restore function to your home. Step 1, diagnosis and a written quote. Step 2, expert repair execution. And Step 3, testing and verification. And I really want to highlight this last part. They don't just pack up and leave. The job isn't considered complete until the system is rigorously tested right in front of you. You will personally observe water flow tests for drains, pressure gauge readings for supply lines, and approved leak detection methods for gas lines. You know for a fact that it works before they walk out the door. Which leaves us with this final thought. Cranston's environment isn't going to get any gentler on our homes anytime soon. So when the next deep freeze hits this winter, or the Pawtuxet River inevitably surges this spring, will your plumbing system and your peace of mind be ready? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning and definitely stay prepared.